He was sparring this big boy,
A heavyweight
boy, and Tank hit that nigga. He hit him so hard that he was on the top of the rope just like this.
It allowed Jake Paul's brother to be in there and be able to last with a smaller man, a smaller, older, greater fighter who's mostly was concentrating on defense more than just offense.
Gervonta. In preparation for his fight with Jake Paul, Davis is going to war sparring with heavyweights, pushing his training to the next level. Davis isn't holding anything back. In the ring, he has been matching the strength of much larger men. The heavyweight reportedly appeared scared when Davis launched a tremendous shot during one of the most strenuous workouts.
Oh, no, you're right.
But tell people what happened.
Man, I was about to spar. Before I was about to spar Tank, he was sparring this big boy.
A heavyweight
boy. And Tank hit that nigga. He hit him so hard that he was on the top of the rope just like this. I'm like,
Gervonta Davis has once again drawn attention, this time during tough sparring sessions by punching and pushing past heavyweight boxers. Renowned in the lightweight and super lightweight divisions for his explosive power, Tank is demonstrating that his power is not limited by his stature. He can be seen making quick, accurate combinations in the most recent video, which makes even bigger fighters uneasy. His careful preparation is evident in the way he manages the rhythm, slips counters, and responds with combinations. Every action shows that he is honing not only his strength, but also his stamina to take on larger, more formidable foes, something that will be important in his next battle with Jake Paul. Tank keeps putting himself up against fighters who are noticeably bigger than him, even if Davis and some of his sparring partners are noticeably smaller. Precision, not dominance, is the goal of these sessions. Even when faced with pressure from stronger opponents, he's learning how to regulate tempo, manage distance, and keep his signature explosiveness. According to his staff, these sessions assist him in determining the timing and movement angles necessary to adjust to Jake Paul's unconventional boxing style. Davis is aware that Jake's size is his primary advantage. Thus, by sparring with heavyweights, he is eliminating that fear factor before it occurs. He is preparing himself for every circumstance that could arise once the bell rings, so it's a plan based on confidence and discipline.
Here's a clip of Gervonta Tank Davis releasing footage of him training and sparring with the heavyweight ahead of his showdown with YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul that's set to take place November 14th in Atlanta, Georgia at the State Farm Arena. Tank Davis is 5'4" and he weighs in at 135. His last fight, he actually was 133 pounds. Jake Paul is 6'1" with a 76-inch arm reach, and he weighed in at 199 pounds his last fight. And fight before that, he weighed in at 224 pounds. Gervonta Tank Davis has a 67-inch arm reach. This is why this fight has to be ruled an exhibition and not a real professional boxing match, because no boxing commission would sanction it. Let me know what y'all think about this. As you see, Tank Davis is using and working on movement. Let me know. I'm gone. Peace.
In this fight, Gervonta Davis bears the burden of boxing's legitimacy, as former UFC great and fight analyst Chael Sonnen has stated. Regardless of what Jake Paul has done to promote the sport, it's now on Tank to remind fans what real boxing looks like, Sonnen said. This is more than just a brawl in Sonnen's opinion. It's a declaration. Davis wants to demonstrate that years of ring experience, timing, and technical proficiency are still more important than social media buzz. Sonnen asserted with confidence that Tank's goal is to use his fists to silence the circus aspect of Jake's career. A knockout is more than just a win. It's a reminder to everyone who has lost sight of what really elite boxing is.
Which is to let anybody know that's listening that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport. my skills versus your skills, of which I am an abundance of and of which you have none of. My life's commitment and dedication versus a second or third or fourth thought in the world of priority on your list. And I used to believe those things. Now, I go back far enough in MMA that I've had my eyes open a number of times. The fact that karate was so incredibly useless, or the fact that Jeet Kune Do was so incredibly useless, like these were not things that I would have bet on when I was in high school. As a wrestler at that time, I would not have assumed that I would fare well in a fight against somebody that knew Kung Fu. We had all been falsely led through Hollywood. Not through competition, not through sport, not through understanding of the game, but just through Hollywood. We were told that those guys were the most dangerous guys. So, we then eventually get up to Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, which had a weight discrepancy, but it was very small. I mean, I watched him weigh in. I want to say it was like 8 pounds.
Video and sources have verified that Davis has been aggressively sparring with heavyweight fighters in his camp as fight week approaches. These sparring sessions are definitely not easy exercises. Tank is forced to step outside of his comfort zone by these full-force simulations. According to his teachers, the idea is to face more difficult resistance during training in order to make the real battle feel easier. He must improve his head movement, hone his defensive reflexes, and learn how to effectively create power against bigger frames because of the heavyweights. His confidence grows with each round, demonstrating that Davis's timing and accuracy are crucial even when facing stronger opponents. It's a unique yet very successful tactic, one that demonstrates how seriously he takes Jake Paul as a real rival. Teddy Atlas, a well-known boxing trainer, has spoken, calling Gervonta Davis one of the sport's most formidable and accomplished fighters. While some fans conjecture about Jake Paul's size advantage, Atlas clarified that it won't matter once the battle starts. He thinks Davis has an advantage over Jake because of his experience playing against elite opponents. Tank has encountered every possible style, according to Atlas. Taller men, pressure fighters, defensive technicians, and counterpunchers. Although there aren't any real boxing veterans on Jake's CV, Atlas claims that those who wonder, what if Jake lands one big shot, are missing the point. He claimed that what sets Davis apart from performers who enter the ring purely for show is his capacity to adjust under duress.
You do have one guy who, yeah, he's smaller, but he's a top fighter, he can punch, and he's fighting a guy who's not a top pro fighter, who's bigger. What if he hits him on the chin? What if he hits him on the chin? It'll wind up selling. And that's what'll wind up selling it. The what if. What if Tank makes him do a cha-cha? He hits him on the chin, and Jake Paul, we're going to find out if he can dance. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know, do the cha-cha. That's what's going to sell it. And you can't argue that what if. You can't. I know I get to places that other people won't go and everything else. They just dismiss stuff because it's easier to do that. It's safer to do that. You don't have to bows and arrows coming at you from people that argue with you because you did that. But I don't care. I've had bows and arrows my whole life. I don't care. But that's true. That what if? What if this guy who is a real good puncher, who is one of the best fighters in the world right now, what if he hits him? What if he makes a miss and he counters him? Or he jumps up in the air. Jump up in the air. Bang! and he hits him. Sid Terrace was a great fighter. No, not the 1700s, but years ago. And Cus D'Amato told me he loves Sid Terrace. He said, Teddy, he used to jump up in the air and hit you with 3 jabs. I said, whoa, man, Sid Terrace. All right. Anyway, look, I can't finish without saying that it did invoke some memories and thoughts that we've been here before in a different way, where Jake Paul's brother fought Mayweather. That's not forget. And I'm not saying I like that either. I mean, first of all, Mayweather was past his prime. He was already retired. He was older, everything, but he's still the great Mayweather. And Mayweather was fighting a guy, what was it, 50-pound difference, 60-pound difference, whatever it was. And that size made a difference. It allowed Jake Paul's brother to be in there and be able to last with a smaller man, a smaller, older, greater fighter who's mostly was concentrating on defense more than just offense.
A more intimate interpretation of Tank's motivation was provided by sports analyst Max Kellerman, who claimed that Davis agreed to the Jake Paul fight in part to get financial security and increase his family time. According to reports, Tank desired a battle that would provide him with excitement and a sizable enough money payout to allow him some breathing room after years of non-stop training camps and title defenses. According to Kellerman, Davis has been thinking about slowing down his professional pace in order to prioritize his family and mental health. According to Kellerman, the Jake Paul phenomenon is more than simply business. It's a phase of change. Enjoy the fruits of his career in a major spectacle bout while reminding everyone that, when the gloves are on, he remains one of boxing's most dangerous fighters.